Okay, so I'm about 40 minutes out of Stacoah Gap. Pretty steep climb for the first 20 minutes, and stopped and took my aspirin. My feet are absolute toast, hurting, but I've thrown everything at them I know I can, and I'm committed to getting to Fontana Dam. It'll probably take 3 days to get there, but that's all right. My goal today is 5.2 to Stacoah Gap, I think. It's past the shelter. The shelter is a little bit short. I'm going to go a little bit further. Anyway, I have wrapped my feet. I've put lidocaine cream and now taken aspirin. And they are just, I don't know. We'll see. One step at a time. Climb, climb, climb. You can probably still hear construction vehicles down there. That's Stacoah Gap. They're like redoing the road and reinforcing the mountain and all that kind of stuff. It'd be pretty interesting to sit and watch, but no time for that. See you down the trail. Trail here, don't care. I've been seeing this in my shadow all along, and I keep trying to bat it down, but it won't go, so whatever. Anyway, taking a rest at one little plateau. I'm still not all the way up. I'm at 3,800 something feet. I got to go to 39 something, and then over the other side to the shelter where I'm going to have lunch. But I thought I'd show you a little bit of my view. Trail just came from that way. It really is lovely. Everywhere you look. I've been higher, certainly, but, you know, just any of them, just to be up and look out. It's just lovely. That's where the trail goes, and we'll see where it will take us. See you in a bit. I think I have 6/10 of a mile up and over another hump, and then down to the shelter. See you when we get there. Okay, 2 hours and about 25 minutes, and I think I've finally crested this monster, which isn't high by a lot of standards, but this cripple old lady, it is. But anyway, I don't know what these flowers or plants are, but they're everywhere. Anyway, it just kills me that the trail is so nice right here. It has been for days. For days. I've had some technical stuff, some tricky stuff, as mentioned previously. Rock scrambling and little mini Pennsylvania bouts and stuff like that. But there's been a lot of good, smooth stuff like this. And if I were 100%, I could be cruising on this. And if I were 100%, I'd be doing 10, 12 mile days right now comfortably and working up to 15 mile days. And I know, that's not to compare myself to anyone else. It's to compare myself to what I think I should do. And I know I can hear my sister and other people saying, oh, don't worry about what you should do. Well, you do. You do. You have certain expectations for yourself. And that's, I mean, you think you know what you can do. Hopefully you know yourself and all that kind of stuff. And I do know myself, because here I am doing it with the equivalent right now of 2 bad feet. And I'm still doing it. I'm still committing to hike all the way to Fontana Dam. But it's natural to look at this path ahead of me and think how I could be going zoom zoom if I had 2 good feet. So, I don't know, I guess I would encourage anybody, my age, younger, older, anybody who is even intrigued by this and wanting to try it, please do so. Please do. Go out and start somewhere, anywhere, little city park, walk a block, you know. There is an app called All Trails that will tell you any trails in your area. especially if you're new to an area. Like when we moved to Northwest Georgia, I wasn't that familiar with it. And at Jenny's suggestion, I downloaded that and found dozens and dozens and dozens of trails. And we tried many, many, many of them. So it's fun. It's a good way to explore. And gotta get over this. Hang on. It's a good way to get out and explore, and it tells you how many miles it is and the elevation and all that kind of stuff. So you can see what you're getting into before you start. But I do encourage you to go and try. If you are beyond that point, beyond the point of just trying to see if you can get out there and hike, if you're already hiking and you're just really considering the AT, my solemn advice is to do the opposite of what Jenny and I decided. We didn't want to step foot on the AT until we stepped foot on the AT. We just wanted to leave it pure. We wanted to do it in its own right and not, you know, we wanted to practice on the Pinhoti and some other trails. But I suggest differently now because this is not like any other trail. So I would totally suggest do some of the Appalachian Trail as your practice. I would say, and I wish I had done this, work up to an ability to be gone a good 7 days. Even if you stop and resupply in the middle of that, which you probably should. If you can hike day after day after day like that, maybe a break on the third or fourth day, a Nero or something like that, then you'll know you're conditioned for this. That's not something Jenny and I did. We went 4 days, and I thought, okay, well, good. You know, that's as far as I need to prove to myself that I can do. But it wasn't enough. Not with these climbs. But I encourage you to start anywhere, wherever your starting point is. Let me do this. Wherever you are starting, take that first step. Just take the first step, whatever it is. First thing I did, this is kind of silly and childish, but I don't care. First thing I did was bought trekking poles, and I was so excited when they came in the mail. I just said, I want to own trekking poles. That's like, it's official. I'm on my way. So I bought them. I think I paid either $29 or $39 on Amazon. Not big money, and I took them out, and I got shoes shortly after that. But my Sauconys, I've met quite a few Saucony fans also, and they noticed me right away. Oh, Saucony fans, fellow Saucony wearer. So they are somewhat popular out here. But anyway, get those two things. Get some good trail shoes and your trekking poles, and head out. Make your own videos, make your own pictures, and make a start. Start somewhere. Take that first step, right? All right, see you down trail. Well, good morning. Just taking off from the tent site back there, a couple people. Nice flat spot. I enjoyed that, I'll tell you. But man, the temperature dropped quickly. I got there, I don't know, 4:30-ish, 4:20. Pretty much what I expected. Started setting up, and by the time that tent was all set up, it was cold. And temperature dropped to about 20 overnight, which is cold, but I was snug as a bug in a rug. I did fine. I got all in and got situated early, like, I don't know, 5:45, 6 o'clock, I guess. Somebody else came, so I wasn't alone. I chatted with him for just a minute, and got all in my sleeping bag and Lay there for an hour, putzed on the phone, and then don't you know I had to pee. That's the way it goes. I put it off, and somebody else came and set their tent up quite close to me, and I'm like, well, crap. Now I can't just, wait till dark and go right outside, around the corner of my tent. So I put it off. Finally, I don't know, 8:30. I said, well, I better go. So I braved the elements and went for it. Then had quite a nice night's sleep. It was cold and I had to keep, you alternate between a warm face and warm nose and air. But after a while it becomes comfortable and you relax and you strike a happy medium and it's all good. That tent is just cozy. I love it. I really do. It's just the coziest thing. Get in there and you all, you're private and do your own thing and blocks the wind. And because I got a good sleeping bag, I have a bag liner and then 2 pads that I sleep on, so it's all good. Anyway, trying to make 2 miles to water. There was water here at this campsite, but there's it said 0.1 mile. I didn't have it in me. It was down a steep embankment, a spring. So I didn't go. I was going to go 2 miles to the stream, which is the next water point. But 2 young guys come bounding down the trail, and they asked me about the water. I told them the situation, and they were going to go for it. So they filled me a bottle, which was nice. You give some, you get some. When I got off at Stacoah Gap, there was a young lady there with no water. So I gave her what I had then. So that's the way it goes. There's an expression that says the trail provides, and it usually does. So anyway, we'll see what's on down the trail. Here's what we're looking at. Should be mostly downhill, although I'm going up right now. Just a little, I think, minor ups and downs, but it's down to Fontana Dam. So see you down the trail. Okay, I am about half a mile from the shelter where I plan to have a good break, take the backpack off, take my shoes off, elevate my feet, all that kind of stuff, soak them if there's good water for it. But I have been weighing everything, considering everything. I've spent a lot of time looking at the terrain, the elevation, all that of the Smokies. And obviously you can tell I'm going very slow. I'm hobbling. I am averaging 1 mile an hour, which is pathetic, but I'm doing it. But I'm gonna be done at Fontana. Bruce will pick me up tomorrow, and that'll be it. I think that's a decent stopping point. Yeah, I got a lot to be proud of. I did a lot, and I do know all those things, and I'm not ungrateful and all that. I don't mean to make it trivial, but right now, it's just, it's kind of sad, because if I was 100%, I could do this, all of it, all the way. I really do. I at least know that much now. Don't know that I'll come back at it again next year with Jenny, or I don't know. Who knows what the future holds. But yeah, I've looked at it every which way, and there's no way. I was thinking maybe get to Fontana and 0 again, but I can't keep doing that every 2 days. 2 days on the trail and 2 nights in a hotel. That's not in my budget. Plus, I think my feet and my ankles are so bad. I need more than 2 days now. I need to go home and soak them and put them up and all that kind of stuff. I cannot possibly pump enough aspirin and Tylenol into myself right now to kill the pain. So it just, like right now, I would call it bearable, but it's pain. And I'm just, I'm walking like I've got 2 blocks on my feet. So now the pains are going up the back of my ankles and on my left foot starting on my shin. So it's only going to get worse. I'll be lucky to walk it all by the time I get home. Good morning. Go ahead. Anyway, I wanted to give you that update and let you know that is my plan. I'm going to, like I said, stop at this shelter and have a good break, then try to make 2 more miles to a camping spot, and that'll leave me 3 to hobble out on tomorrow. This is the trail. It's beautiful. If you've been following me for a while, you remember early videos I talked about cruisy bits. I can't even use that term anymore because this is as cruisy as I get, my hobble. But, oh well. A couple of guys at the last pit stop, they called me Bad Mama Jamma. So they offered to carry my pack on my tent. I'm like, no, I'm good. They're like, you got aspirin, you got Tylenol? I'm like, yeah. So they said, you're Bad Mama Jamma. Well, I'm glad that's not my trail name. I like Neighbor much better. Okay, I will see you down trail. And here I am. Isn't that the cutest thing? I just got to go around that little path and get right over there. Take myself a good break. So here I am at Stacoah Gap shelter. Beautiful little stream here. Dunking my sore, tired feet. And it's just beautiful. Like I always say, I would like to have a book and a blanket or a chair or something and just spend the whole afternoon right here. Why not? It made me a little pool even. I'm about 1 mile from the gap where I'm gonna camp for the night. And that'll put me, I think, 3 miles from Fontana Dam, but I'm pretty sure that's what they're calling Fontana Lake or something. I don't know. I've been following it for a long time. It goes way, way back there. I don't know if you can see through the trees, the blue. It's huge. It's kind of exciting to be so close yet so far. I am exhausted. A little bit hot, but not bad. Not bad at all. There keeps being a nice breeze. I stop and find a log like this to sit on about once an hour. That's kind of my thing. In between that, I'm just stopping and breathing. So, see you at camp. Well, I made it to camp. Set my tent up. Ate some Northside noodles. I put enough pepper in them to make them palatable, and that's it. I just don't have the hiker hunger. So I don't look forward to cooking, but I know I need to, so I forced myself to eat half a package of that. But anyway, I'm all set up in the tent, and my stuff is all in here. I can't tell much, but let me show you outside because I haven't battened down the hatches yet. That's my view. The trail goes down over there somewhere. A couple people have come through. I thought they were going to tent also, but they did not. So, still by myself. Feeling much better now that I'm off my feet. That water soaking in that stream really did a good job. So, and it lasted
couple hours, but because it all came back. But it's all over tomorrow, and I really feel relieved, and I really feel good about going home. But for now, that's it. I will show you how it is on the hike down to Fontana Dam and a little bit around Fontana Dam when we get there. It's going to be kind of sad because it's right at the Smokies. Right there is the beginning of the Smokies, and I won't be going. Good night. Before I say good night, I want to answer a couple of questions that people had. One is, what do I do about bugs? This is what I do about bugs. Kind of a funny story about that. I didn't buy anything to begin with because it was too cold and there just weren't bugs out. And then all of a sudden, about, I don't know, 4 or 5 days ago, I guess, bugs were out. They just came all of a sudden. And I tried one of the, at the Knock, I tried. They didn't have anything in there. They didn't have anything at the, I think I went to Ingles, and then I went to Dollar General. I couldn't find anything. I found Afterbite because I'm covered with bites, but I didn't find any pre-bite stuff. No bug spray. So when I got into that big long climb after the Knock, and I took 9 hours to get to the shelter, when I walked in there, one of the girls I had met on trail, she goes, "Oh, neighbor," she says, "you need bug spray. You brought a cloud of bugs with you." I was so embarrassed. I said, "I tried to find some, I couldn't." The next stop that I did after in Stacoah Gap in Robinson there, I bought some at the gas station. That's it. That's a little bit cumbersome. Most people don't carry that, but it works. So that's what I've got, and that's what I'm doing about bugs. Had I decided to stay on trail, I was going to get permethrin, and that's what you spray all your stuff with and keeps ticks out, and it lasts for weeks and weeks and all that kind of stuff. But I hadn't gotten to that point yet. The other question, one other question somebody asked me was about how I charge my phone. I'm going to show you. Charge my phone with this. Well, just throwing things, but this is a battery bank. When I go in town or anywhere, I charge this, and this is good for about 5 nights. 5 full chargers on my phone, and a whole, bag of electronics and doodads. I have my wall charger for when I go into a hotel or whatever, and there's my night lamp, and I even get a little charger for my Garmin InReach Mini that I've kept it off the whole time. I guess there's 2 schools of thought about that. Some people keep it on. I keep mine off. Many people keep it off. As long as it's off, it's not using any battery, so I haven't had to charge it. Anyway, that's about it. Now I'm going to bed. Good night. So here I am, about 45 minutes out of camp. And I've gone 6/10 of a mile, so I think I'm slowing down. My feet hurt so bad. My ankles, the backs of my ankles, whatever, they're a mess. They are a mess. A mile, 1.8 to Fontana Dam. Probably take me at least 2 hours, but that's all right. It's starting to spit rain, as you can see. Some of the horizon over there, I don't know if you can tell, looks a little light, but I don't think our weather is coming from that direction. I think it's going in that direction. So this is more what's coming. Anyway, trail is cooperating and being very nice, and gradual ups and downs. They call them PUDs, pointless ups and downs. And that's what I'm doing. Yay! See you down trail. Just amazing how different everything looks at these lower elevations.
in contrast to what it was when I was up higher. 48, 52, 5,500 feet, where everything's bare. But another thing I'm noticing right now is a few little pine trees. I don't know if you can make them out. I'm heartened to see them, being from Maine, you know, a little bit partial to the pine tree. Never used to be. I thought they were ugly, but, you know, in your old age, you come to appreciate stupid stuff. Not stupid, but you appreciate stuff, period. But anyway, the point to that is that back along the last 4 or 5 miles, they've cut down all the pine trees. There aren't many, but they've cut them down. And it's obvious that there are none, except for one laying on its side, freshly cut here and there. So when I get home, I gotta poke around and find out what that's about. I don't know if they had some disease or something. I don't know. I'd like to know. But they are noticeably missing from the landscape the last, I don't know, 4, 5, 6, 7 days of my hike. Another reason I pay attention to that is because when I tie my ursack, I like to tie it to a pine tree. Just what I like to do. And there have been none. But anyway, I am about, what am I now? 6/10, half mile from Fontana Dam. See you down there. Okay, so there's road walk involved, I guess not in the AT, but I thought the trail would dump me out right at the dam and the marina and the resort, and I thought that was all one place, but apparently not. Dumped me out at the marina, and another hiker who's just getting dropped off there and taken off told me, the marina's 1.25 miles this way. 1.4, more than a quarter. But I have no cell service, so I have no way of getting a hold of Bruce or anything. So I'm going to go there and maybe hitch before too long and get a ride up there and get some cell service and get in contact with them. It'll be a much easier place for them to find anyway. That's the story. I thought I was done and I'm not. At least the straight flat road is good. Well, this is Fontana Dam, and it's very sad to me. There it is. That's where you walk across and keep on going. It's a beautiful place. It's just very sad to me that I made it here and absolutely have to get off. This is a visitor center anyway. If you ever want to drive here, it's a wonderful place. There's a marina, there's all kinds of stuff in the area to do. But this just chokes me up because I want to be up there and I'm not. But I'm good. I'm good with my decision. I mean, I have to. I can't even, you know, I can't even take a step without pain. So it's good. My ride will be here soon and I will go home. Thank you for following me. And somebody said, go home for another 3 weeks and come back. And I went, no more this year. No more this year. I'll wait for Jenny for next year. Maybe, you know, that's a distinct possibility, but just don't know. Anyway, that's it. Thank you. Goodbye.